Okay, Bart Miller here, and guess where I am? Future Motion HQ. You guys know why I'm here. I flew all the way from Florida to come here and test out these new XR Classics. And do you know why I did that? Because it cost me about as much to fly out here to try one of these as it would have been just to buy one. And I did it for a very specific reason. Because anybody can pick one up and come over and unbox it. But what we have here is a very unprecedented full access to Future Motion's site here. So I spent the better half of yesterday and last night riding both of them. Not these particularly, these are the showroom models, but the identical versions of them. Let me start out by saying that the only thing in common with the old XR and these new XR Classics is the name. Everything else is completely different. All the way down to the way they ride, the software, the firmware, the modes, they may have the same names, completely different. There's even a new mode that is called Session, which is almost like, a mix between Flow and Highline. It's fantastic. But I'm gonna start by saying, for those of you that are naysayers and saying that, oh, well, Future Motion, they had a really long history of pushing out old boards and making them different, that you sold your old XR to them for pennies, and now they revamped it, and now you gotta rebuy it back. This is not the same board. I raced the XR for years, loved it. This is like a rocket ship that has handling. It's the old original style, but look at the way it is. Did you guys recognize that the holes are not centered, are they? They're further up towards the top, lowering the stance and the profile of this board, keeping it nice, nimble, and a really, really flat, smooth ride. So for those of you who are hooked onto vests, let me put it to you this way. This is so vest-like, it's unbelievable. Now, I've been riding my vest quite a bit lately, and I spent a good amount of time on this yesterday. This is as nimble, as maneuverable. The nose works just the way it should, picks up, smooth, crisp line. This is gonna be a wonderful trick board. It's gonna be a great board for the street and a great board for the trails. Now, as much as I love this board, and I love this board, let me tell you a little bit about this. This is the new recurve, very similar to the Rally, the GTS Rally Edition. And I love the features that it has. The difference you're gonna find between these two boards is where this is playful, fun, stylistic, looks very similar to the XR. This has a whole new low profile feel. When you get on this board, you actively feel that it's different. Immediately when I got on here, I felt very in control, stable. The way it felt was almost like, this is fun, but this has a purpose, this has a mission. And off-roads, it is highly stable. For those of you that are looking for something with more control, this is gonna be your go-to model. For those of you who want that fun flickability, vest-like feel, this is gonna be your model. They started saying that, oh, it's a one quiver board. Well, I'm here to tell you that these are a two quiver board. You're gonna want both. Each one performs differently. Each one has its advantages. Each one has the stylistic look that we love, and the characteristics are completely different between both models. Which one do I like better? It's very hard to say. I like them both equally. If I had the money, I would have both of them. Unfortunately, that means I would have to have 6 of them because Christy and Zoe wouldn't let me go home without them. So with this, you're going to have a top speed of around 20 miles an hour. I put that to the test yesterday and I blew right through pushback, no problem. For those of you that want to see me nosedive this board, it's not gonna happen. But I will say that I did have a point yesterday where I was going around 22 to 25 miles an hour. and it never felt like it was gonna give up the ghost. It was strong, powerful. This to me feels stronger than the GT. I don't know if they planned it that way, but it does. It has the speed and capabilities with a little bit extra, low profile feel. You no longer have that feel that the board's gonna roll over on you. Now, one thing that I'm very excited about are these new foot pads. These new flat foot pads are apparently a African mahogany that is made here in Santa Cruz, I believe. And each one of these is custom made pad. So when you order these, you're not just getting some run-of-the-mill pad. You're getting a handmade, handcrafted pad. Now, I sound like a car salesman, and that might be accurate because I was for a little while, but these are what will be going on my model. I am very excited about it. If you look at the profile, it's very similar to the old XR. Now, one of the things that I didn't like about the GT flat pads was that they raised the profile of the model so high that it even had more of that tippy feel. Look at how small this is. It's even, I'd say it's even lower profile than these plastic models, obviously because these are curved. This is gonna give you that natural feel. This is gonna lower the profile and feel of your board. And if you're a light rider like me and you have initiation issues, this is gonna help you to keep the board, you know, constantly engaged. Just over here. Guess what else fits on this? The GTS 52M magnet motor. Now, you are turning a $2,200 board and a $1,900 board into almost a $3,000 board. But what you're gonna get for that, we're gonna find out. Because guess what? I have had permission to try a GTS motor on these, and here's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to find that we're going to bring up the bottom end power, the torque from the low end, without sacrificing or losing any of that good mid-range and top end punch. So, which one am I going to leave here with? We'll find out. See you next time. Bar number.